This is Greg Noyes, Pacific West Home Inspections. I'm doing a house today in Chatsworth and Lubbock Street. Today is Thursday and it's the 21st of August 2014. Composition roof shingles, high profile. Got some wood siding and stucco. The first thing we do is go over how to shut off the different utilities. At the front of the house you have your water line that comes in from the street. They use appears to be a PVC pipe, and the valve for it is a ball valve. You just bring it up 90 degrees and it shuts it off. And this is a pressure regulator, and the pressure relief valves on the back side of the house. This is fine. So this is a new one, so we'll still test the pressure. And our street pressure here in the valley is now runs about 140 to 160 psi. So our plumbing fixtures, toilets, sinks are only rated to 80 pounds. So that's why we like to have these pressure regulators. And so the next thing we're going to look at is your main panel, and that's a Zinsco. And when we see them, they're older, they have defects with them. And give me a second, we'll take a look at it. At the rear of the house, we find the electrical panel. And in the future, the utility company is going to put a new meter on, and it'll have a transmitter. But before you get there, you probably will have a new panel as well. This is a Zinsco panel. They've been around forever. And now they come back to haunt us. There's some defects with it. This particular one, is the main disconnect is two fuses, and we don't pull them out. This is an old Bakelite material, and they crack, and many insurance companies don't allow fuses. So on the breakers here, many of them are not labeled, and they're not distinguishable labeled, the ones that are. So this is a Zinsco panel. The outside outlets, they're not we call it ground fault interrupter. We like to see the red and black buttons on these. And on the side here you have your compressor for your AC. It's not raised or elevated, and it's a York 2005, and it's a 4-ton unit. This electrical conduit going into the unit is supposed to be secured to the wall here. And so there's a couple of things that have to happen with this. And then on the right exterior of the house, we find your gas meter. And since 1996, it's required to have a seismic gas shutoff valve. And they'll put it on this side. It's usually a red or blue box. And it's at the time of sales when they'll put them on. It tells us that this house has been sold in many years. And on the pipe coming up from the soil here, this valve here, when it's up and down, it's off or on. When it's turned 90 degrees to the pipe, it's off. So that's how you turn it off. When you move in, you'll see this newer device here, and the way they work is on a 5.4 earthquake, that'll automatically shut off the gas. So if you have an earthquake, a large one in the middle of the night, just roll over and go right back to sleep. Your gas will be shut off. Now you see here the water coming up. This is healthy. This is from your air conditioner and condensation line. Same idea as when you go to the bonds on a hot summer day, you got a puddle of water under your car when you come back out. ACs do produce condensation. The water heater is a State. It's 1992, and it's typically only lasts 10-12 years, so you're on borrowed time now. It may go out during escrow, hopefully. And on this vent pipe coming up, we like to see it screwed to the dampener here. And the vent pipe is up against the wood, so we like to see a 1-inch minimum clearance between the metal vent pipe and any combustible material. And a couple of things with your seismic straps. The bottom one needs to be 4 inches or more from the gas valve here. So this is set too low. And there's no sediment trap. It's a piece of pipe that comes down. Let's see if I get out of the shadow here on the gas line. And it acts as a trap for any dirt that you may have. They do have a shed here, and there's supposed to be 2 vents for combustion air to come in. So a couple things here that are not done correctly. No gutters around the house roof line, and you have a 6-inch newer block wall here. You have one in the rear of the house, and on the left side you have a wood fence is in disrepair. There's an old toilet here. You may want to remove the toilet from your backyard here. Sprinklers, we don't test them. And the next thing I do is climb the roof. So I'm on the ladder today on the roof. Today when I arrived 2 minutes early, the sewer camera video guy showed up. We've had the chimney guy show up, and so your agent is wise to get all these tests done, and they would have been called out by me anyway, so get them done early. So on your slope part of the roof you have this composition shingles. It's high profile. Typically they'll last 25 to 30 years. And at the very top of the roof, we call this the ridge cap. It's where the 2 roofs come together. And usually this burns out or gets deteriorated at 8 to 10 years. It's in pretty good shape today. So I'm trying to age the roof. So it's probably going to be under 8 years old. And on the back addition, they have a 90 weight build-up roof, and this is aging. You could see the black roofing part, and the little granular rocks are coming loose. And what's going to happen? The sunlight, ultraviolet rays will burn through the this black mat here. So you're getting on to the end of its serviceable life. I didn't have a chance to talk to the chimney guy, but this spark arrestor is not good. You need a rain cap type of spark arrestor, and the square inches here may have to be more. It's a unlined chimney, and I don't see any cracking on the chimney cap, and your bricks here, mortar, look pretty tight. And seeing that you've had a specialist here, I'm going to refer you look at his report too. On the chimney to roof on the back side here, we like to see actually a cricket flashing where so the water comes down and then moves around the chimney. You can see where it's building up here, and this could be a possible leak in the future. And they had some mastic here, the seal, and you can see where it's loose and it could be a problem. So a roofer needs to be called in, and a couple of things there, conditions need to be done. There's a mushroom ventilator on the roof. We like ventilation in the attic to get all that hot air out. And these are your service cables coming in from the hole there. And the service cable is low. And when they put the new panel in, they'll have a higher mast head. And that service cable will be raised a couple of feet. So that will be taken care of. There's a little storage room or kids room in the back of the house. We don't test or evaluate. Neighbor has a nice pool you may want to meet. And over the wing, the south wing of the house, you have a furnace And this is one I haven't seen in a long time. It's cracked, a vertical crack all the way up. I don't know if you can see that real close. So that needs to be replaced. And then this other vent here is for your water heater. It's a one-layer roofing, and these other vents here, these are plumbing vents, and they're flashed properly. And you got some half dome vents for your top of your attic, and most likely have some gable vents. So that's what you have here, and no gutters on the side, and always a good recommendation. And if more people do that, it'd probably rain more too. And I haven't been inside the house yet, so I may add a little bit to this. This is Greg Noyes of Pacific West Home Inspections, and I can be reached at 818-271-0417.